Hey guys, Andy at the Skin Deep here. If you love the experience of the and want to try it in the comfort of your own home, we have our handy dandy The And card game available at theskindeep.com/shop so you can play with your loved ones. Enjoy.
What has changed for us since our last The And session, and how do you feel about it?
Wow. We got married. We quit our jobs.
Yes.
We were jobless for a year. We traveled, well, I want to say the world, but we didn't.
I always say the world too,
I
but
know,
it's not the world.
we didn't. And then people are like, oh, did you go to Asia? No. Did you go to Africa? No.
No.
Did you go to Antarctica? No. So we went to Europe. We went to all of the United States except
Kentucky.
Utah,
And yeah.
Alaska, and Hawaii.
Yep.
And then we figured out how to navigate, we're figuring out how to navigate a Trumpian country.
We're doing okay.
And now we're putting our lives back together in New York.
Yay.
That's a lot.
No, we did a lot. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it?
I feel good about us.
Great. But what, you don't feel good about Western Europe? Or
How would our lives be different if we'd never met?
I might as well just say it. I think I'd have bad credit. I'd be 300 more pounds, I think. I would live in a basement apartment somewhere just reading books all day and not doing anything. I would have lost touch with all of my friends and just focused in on being this curmudgeonly hermit guy who just wants to get to be 70, so his attitudes are, okay, and he doesn't have to have a life, and it would be sad. And I wouldn't have done any of the things I've done recently to better myself, so no pressure, but it's all on you. So yes.
That is a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure.
I'll take it.
I feel like you'd be fine.
You feel like I'd be fine had we never met?
Yeah, I think you would have just maintained. I mean, you wouldn't know love. You wouldn't know love. But certainly not to this level. You would have like a run of, one night stands or poorly executed romances with a bunch of people that really don't matter in the long run. But I would be by myself alone with nothing. So
wow.
You'd still be better off.
No pressure.
I don't know. I mean, you weren't embracing commitment before me, I don't think. You weren't living your best life, certainly. And that's
true.
I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying the two of us together are like a good team and we figure shit out.
Yeah. Teamwork.
Yeah. What surprised you the most about the way our relationship has changed since our last visit?
This is going to sound so stupid, but that we're still us. I guess I just thought we were going to go, not that we were going to become like bohemian nomads.
Citizens of the world.
Yeah, I know that's, as much as that sounds great, that's just not what our personalities are. And as much as I look up to those people, we were never going to become that by taking a trip for a year.
Right.
So I think I'm a little surprised we're not more
free-spirited?
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, we're not young people anymore.
Right.
Like,
no,
exactly. That's like the backpack and the going around the world and not knowing where you're going and ending up on a steamer ship to Shanghai and that's all kind of like stuff for the young generation, the young kids to go find themselves with their bullshit. But I think the thing I took away from the trip more than anything is the idea that I could be in Malta, I could be in Astoria, Queens, but the concept of home is essentially where you are. Like, you're home. You're the one. You're the beacon, I guess. You're the light shining, whatever. Is it my turn?
I don't know.
What was
the last
roll into
question
it. No, it's your
attempted?
turn. It's your turn.
That was really nice.
It's true, though.
You don't have to steamroll over that. That was really nice.
I didn't mean to steamroll. I don't know. I know you don't like being sentimental.
No, it's not that. That was really nice. I agree.
What's true?
What have I done to surprise you the most in the past year?
My biggest shock and surprise, honestly, and I don't even have to think about it, is when we went on this trip and your openness to not know what we were going to do from one day to the next.
That surprised you?
Surprised, shocked, amazed.
I told you that.
You said you were going to work on it, but you also set it up to say, like, I'm going to try this, but because one thing I know about you is that you don't like to be bored. You don't like to feel like you're waiting for something to happen. You don't want to waste your time. Everything has to be in your calendar. And there were definitely days where it was like a Tuesday in, I don't know, Vienna, where we would wake up and have no idea what we were going to do. And I mean, that's my life. Like, I love that. Like, because who knows? The thing is, we could do anything. Or we could just have a sandwich and do nothing. We don't have to have a sandwich, but would you recommend others to do the lifestyle change we did, and why?
I would recommend it to anyone who wants to. A regular reevaluation of what is important and priorities, I think everyone should do. Otherwise, you're in a rut and a routine, and when people are like, I don't know, it's hard for me to speak for everybody.
I hear you.
Because I don't know that everybody has the luxury or the finances to do it, and I would never speak.
Well, I think that was most of the, not backlash, certainly no backlash, but most of the, well, a little bit, but most of the commentary that we fielded when we either floated the idea out of there or when we were actually doing it was based around, oh my God, I can't believe, how are you guys doing this? And I'm even like the crassness of people saying, how could you possibly afford to do this?
That's been the hardest part.
I get it.
It's been the hardest part about, I'm doing this great thing.
Right.
For me and my husband, and we're doing this great thing for our relationship.
But you're also constantly apologizing for it.
Constantly apologizing for it.
And also trying to mitigate the people that think it's, because for whatever reason, like, what lottery did we win? Or, oh my God, you guys must make so much crazy money. Like, we planned for it for 2 years leading into it. We planned the trip before we got married.
Yeah.
So
we also don't live that extravagantly. Well, we planned to not live that extravagantly for 2 years.
But I think that that's what's holding other people back from doing kind of the same thing. And they all say the same thing. They all say, I wish we could do that, or I wish, But on some level, when they're saying that, they're kind of saying, like, I wish we didn't have these kids. I wish we didn't have this house. And I think when we were together for a while and it was looking like we were going to get married, and then once we got married, I think people were just waiting for us to say, oh, we bought a house. We're going to start when are you going to, we still get people asking when we're going to start having kids. Like, when are you going to start doing the thing that everyone's supposed to do now that they've gotten married? Like,
so many people just assume that, you're going to have kids because that's the next step that you do. And people who are close to us know this, and I don't mind saying it because I'm in a time in my life when I don't care anymore. I physically can't have kids. And we have made the choice that we don't want to adopt.
We don't want kids.
We have made, through loads of discussions and many tears and many talks with other people and thoughts, is not our path. Right. And so when people say, oh, you can only do this trip because you don't have kids, it's actually kind of like a knife in the gut, because I'm kind of like, oh, your organs don't work, so your body's broken, so you get to do this trip. And I kind of want to be like, you don't actually know what you're saying, because they don't.
But on some level, don't you think they're kind of saying that to make themselves feel better about their choices?
They absolutely are.
That
or maybe they are. Maybe there's like
you.
90%. They just don't realize it. And even like when people are like, oh, you're so lucky. It's like, oh, I went through years of therapy and surgeries and stuff like that actually got me to the point where, you know what, I can't have kids. And we've chosen not to go the adoption route. And so, you know what? We have this money, we have these resources. So with the money that we have, because we are not having kids, we're gonna not work for a year and go do this trip. But yeah, that's...
The point is, other people can do it, but it's a matter of sacrificing what you want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
What is currently missing in our relationship And what can we do to improve it?
Hey guys, Andy again. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy our work, help us make more at theskindeep.com/Patreon. We really appreciate it. Bye guys.